Alright, sit back, relax, and enjoy this new content, and let's re-engage together.
Who are you to challenge our ways? You're not even a pure blood.
Alright, welcome back.
So you got Dagons who mixed with the Pathfites. The Pathfites mixed in with the Orion group. The Orion group, so you got all these different tribes mixing in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a fucking crazy ass mix. You got the original seed, the original reptilian, humanoid vampires who still live today underground. They only come outside at night. The original vampires come from the reptilians mixing with the Dagons, and they black. The original vampires are black. If you go back to the Queen, that's why they got, what's that lady name? Aaliyah to play the Queen. They know the Queen black. From the Dagon tribe. They live thousands of years. Don't never age. Always look the same. Thousands of years. As long as they stay underground, as long as they don't come outside, when they come out to the sunlight, they don't immediately die. They just start to age real fast.
Right.
See what I'm saying? They don't blow like they show in the movie, but they allergic to silver. All shit they show you, garlic in the movie, all that shit is real. They don't just come out and blow up like they explode when the sun come out. They just begin to age real fast when they come out to the sunlight. Because they reptilians. You know, reptilians gotta stay in the water or gotta stay in the...
Eve is the lizard mother who mothered these reptilian vampire beings. The nations is the Canaanites, the Moabites, the Arabs, the Gentiles, the Edomites. These are the heathen nations that she mothered. Let's carry on.
Hey yo, peace fam, Source God, Ryan TV. Bang, 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 more life family, bliss up, abundance, I don't know already. Yo family, this rising, I have a very interesting chop for you guys. This substance you're looking at here is called red mercury family, and it has some very, very interesting properties. Oh, and another name for it is vampire's blood.
Wow.
It has no reflection mirrors, as you can see.
Yo.
And, it also has many, many other energetic properties, family. Like for instance, it's
Crazy.
a power source. All right, you can use this thing to generate magnetic fields. You can use it to power what you call UFOs. All right, once you spin the mercury up to a certain speed, it literally creates a magnetic field that covers these ships and allows them to move without all the G-forces. Family, it's very deep.
Whoa.
This red mercury can also power like
He's
laser
talking.
weapons, direct
Oh,
weapons,
he's
TVs,
talking.
things like that, family. It's a literal power source.
Oh,
The
shit.
Borg that have control over mankind at this point, that's what they are. I believe that they are like the Terminator.
Now, wait a minute, gang. Hold on. Salute to everybody in attendance. Elohim, I see you. Zengard, you already know. Yo, listen, gang. You mean to tell me this blood is used to power a craft? Nah, say it ain't so.
And they run off of the red mercury. This is their...
Now, I heard of mercury being used before, gang. Most definitely. I definitely know that mercury is used, and they spin it around in order to get this going. But I ain't never heard this one about it being this blood, and the blood didn't even have a reflection just now. You see, he just put the razor blade to it and it was about to melt. This is crazy.
Blood. And family, I'm going to show you something that's amazing. You remember that post about the garlic that I made earlier, a couple weeks back? Well, this is going to connect to that, family. I'm going to show you something about this that's going to blow your mind. This substance, whatever this entity is, it fears garlic, family. As you can...
Oh, shit. Now, this is something to start off alive
See, it literally runs from garlic. It's attracted to gold, but runs from garlic. I was telling you guys about vampires fearing garlic. So now I'm possibly...
Now that look like mercury that's red though, y'all. Check it out.
These Borgs, their blood is probably this red mercury mixed with some sort of graphene. You understand me? They're like the...
So this is all allegedly.
The dead flesh covering a metal skeleton. Alright? So that metal skeleton is probably made up of the nanotubes, the graphene, and they combine it with this red mercury in order to power themselves. But remember, it's dead flesh. So they use the mercury to power their body.
Nah,
right?
nah, yo. Nah, nah, nah. No way. No way. Did y'all see that? Did y'all just see the red mercury run from the garlic? Shit, I eat a pizza every day. I know I ain't no...
Like their flesh, they need plasma for that. They need stem cells. Hence the vampirism.
Yo, but it's separated though. It's fight or flight.
That's why now they feed off of people. They drink blood and drink your stem cells and adrenochrome and all this and that.
They move together now?
The flesh,
oh,
graphene bones alive.
My nigga, the fucking mercury is intelligent. The blood now made it intelligent. Yo!
You guys overstand? I swear, this is where the tales of the vampires come from. It's the red mercury that powers these droids, family. These cyborgs.
Shit.
Avatars run off of this, and that's why it's one of the biggest kept secrets, fam. One of the best kept secrets. The fucking real society, them Nazi people, they all use this junk. You see me? Yeah, man. This is really vampire blood in real life.
Oh, look at the reflection.
It's not a joke. And these are the dots I'm connecting right now, and I'm seeing how these techno wizards created the Borg race. You see me? Because all this magic and science, family, that's what it really is. It's not hocus pocus. It's literally magic and science. These techno wizards use alchemy and all kinds of engineering and reverse the technology.
Oh, shit.
Created a race.
Alright, gang, check it out, gang. Check it out. There's no reflection in that mirror right there, gang. You see that it's liquid inside of it. But something's not adding up to me. Because look at the space on top of the red one, right? The red bottle looks like filled to the top. But the reflection in the mirror looks like a little is missing off the top. Did anybody pick up on that? Did anybody pick up on that? Rhonda K is in the building. Salute. Hey, Rhonda, did you pick up on that? Look at the blood valve and see how it really looks almost full. But I'm trying to think, does that little space on the top resonate with that space inside the mirror?
It's a vampires, family, that literally have to live off the blood of the children of Adam to survive, because they're literally mechanical. Anyway, y'all stay up, stay bliss. Chop, chop.
Yeah, so Council, the Borg were created as an avatar for the AI, for Satan, right? And then the Borg created the Cabbage Patch Kids, these human clones. And they worked them as slaves and food and used them as body parts and stem cells and all that to extend their own sorry lives. You hear me? It all makes sense, family. It all makes sense. It's just a race of vampire Borgs. Yeah, man, in real life. It's not no fairy tale thing. If you do the science and do the math, you'll see the truth.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Wake up. It's time to spiral.
Word.
These are lizard, reptilian, vampire beings. They look just like us, but they're not us. Ask yourself, how did they accomplish that? How was they able to even accomplish that?
Right.
Remember the story in the Bible about Yahweh, which is Enlil. Remember, he gave Cain the mark. The mark was actually image technology. It was cloaking technology. So that way no one would kill him in the land. The reason why is because he was a lizard. And he didn't want people to see his creation of these lizard hybrid beings that he created. Because if they would have seen him, they would have killed him. It was already people in the land. Ask yourself, who was those people in the land? It was us. It was our ancestors.
Now, I heard that part before. But what makes her think that it was a lizard who was given cloaking technology? She's going somewhere else. Let's check her out.
In the land already. So these lizard people use the cloaking technology to look just like us, so that way they could fit in and no one would tell the difference.
You got reptilians who mix with the Dagons. Then you got Dagons who mix with the Paphites. The Paphites mixed in with the Orion group. The Orion group, so you got all these different tribes mixing in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a fucking crazy ass mix. You got the original seed, the original reptilian humanoid vampires who still live today underground. They only come outside at night. The original vampires come from the reptilians mixing with the Dagons. And
I've seen this disease before.
Like for part
The
2.
virus exists only to find a carrier and
We are the first species.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
To be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. We are the...
Did she just say the babies we eat? Yo. Unreal. You see how they mix the movies in with stuff, right, y'all? This is how I'm trying to show y'all how we getting through it. This is my strategy. Check us out, y'all. We getting through it because they mixing it in with the movies. So pay attention, y'all. Reasoning, evidence, and research. Let's go.
Sure.
Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrulls.
Alright, check this out. I showed this guy before, but I already know his stance. He's doing this for some other people right now. But check this shit out, y'all. He's about to do something crazy. He's bringing his fangs out. Now, this guy here, I've never seen nobody do it, like bring it out as much, because it hurts though. You know what I'm saying? This guy. What? Check him out though. He goes into beast mode. Look at him. Look at the baby tongue. The baby got a slit on the tongue, yo. Look at this shit. Look at the eyes, though. They look like cat eyes or some shit. That's Satan's baby, yo. Let's get these movies out of here. All right, check the blip. Check. Yo. 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 Did you just see that? That's like a second pair of eyes. Look. That was like a second pair of eyes. That was crazy.
Wait 1 minute, bro. They scared. Oh my God. First of all, we all know how the dollar bill be having so many subliminal messages behind this shit, bro. Now, bro, fold your dollar bills up just like this right now, bro. And then look, I'm about to point it out to y'all. Do y'all see this shit, bro? Hold on. Bro, look what the dollar bill look like, bro. What do y'all see? Do y'all see that shit? Bro.
Hollywood
you know about
Yeah, I
this
seen
video of Justin Bieber? Here, right here. This moment sent all his fans into a frenzy. The moment where Justin allegedly revealed himself to be a lizard man.
Alright, check this out, gang. So there was a story, right? About Justin Bieber being in the airport in the UK somewhere. And the guy supposedly had shapeshifted and transformed. And I'm talking about everybody in the airport ran out of the airport and just kept running. This was documented maybe like 10 years ago. That's why he had disappeared off the scene for a minute, y'all. And y'all didn't see him no more. I'm telling you, they took all this from out of everywhere, out of all the tabloids. They removed it one by one by one by one. They took it away. I remember those. See, that's the benefit when you be here so long. You get to remember certain stories. I remember.
In today's episode of Unexplained, we take a look at the best and most shocking, most insane celebrity conspiracy theories that just don't quit. Number 1. This is probably the most famous conspiracy theory of all time. That sometime between 2002 and now, Canadian pop-punk icon Avril Lavigne died, and she was allegedly replaced by a doppelganger, an actress named Melissa. The clone theory originated on the Brazilian blog titled Avril is Dead. The proof? There are a number of before and after photos that show the different marks on her body and an altered shape of her nose and face. And also clues in her lyrics from the Avril actress, who was supposedly trying to tell the truth to her fans. Number 2. Another famous theory loved by theorists around the world includes time travel, immortality, and Keanu Reeves. There could actually be proof that the Matrix actor possesses the gift of eternal life and has lived for centuries in various identities, from King Charlemagne of the Franks to a doctor and a French actor. There are multiple photos of men who bear a striking resemblance to Keanu Reeves. When asked about his striking resemblance to both historical figures on the Jimmy Fallon Show in 2017, Keanu cryptically responded, "We're all stardust, baby." Number 3.
I know they don't remember that.
The world was taken over by Bieber fever in the 2010s, but Bieber also made headlines for something else, something really creepy and completely unrelated to music. During his Purpose tour in Australia, hundreds of fans reportedly witnessed Bieber transform into an enormous reptile, like the lizard in Spider-Man. Shockingly, this isn't the first time Bieber has been accused of being a reptilian. In 2014, a YouTube video went viral after it showed Justin's eyes changing color as he blinks in a way that a lizard would. Number 4. Everyone with a smartphone and a data plan must have come across this video of Katy Perry. This Westworld spectacle is a snippet.
Now, I know a lot of people that's been alive a long time like me. They remember these clips, and I know you like, wow.
From a recent Las Vegas concert. Katy came to a halt in the middle of her performance and stared deep into the audience, and what happened next sent the audience into a frenzy. Her eyes started glitching, much like a broken doll, which the singer readjusts by pressing her right temple. Social media became infatuated with the idea that Perry was a robot that was experiencing a malfunction. Number 5. The last one on our list is about the Ghost Rider, who is allegedly a real-life vampire. We're talking about Nicolas Cage. There was a listing on eBay from a seller in Seattle, Washington, offering to sell this photo of a...
Now what they gonna say, that's a coincidence? It's a reason why he had to be the Ghost Rider. It's a reason why they gave him a role that he was on fire.
A man from 1870 who looked eerily familiar. The person in the photo has an uncanny resemblance to national treasure actor Nicolas Cage. This shocking photo raised some questions. Despite being well known as the Ghost Rider because of this old photo, netizens now accuse Nick of being a vampire. Ironically, Nick also played a vampire's role in the cult classic.
That was those cheap fangs they used to sell in the store on Halloween. Y'all remember the glow-in-the-dark joints?
Vampire's Kiss.
With the fake blood, y'all remember?
Is this a hoax or the revelation of a Hollywood vampire conspiracy? You be the judge.
Maybe a revelation. I would
Peace and divine love to all the gods and goddesses, all the high vibrational, beautiful souls and spirits. So today we'll be talking about Blade. Let's dive in. Okay,
go ahead.
Now understand, vampires themselves represent, these bloodthirsty elites that feed off of fear, negative energy, and etc.
That's right.
And they love blood, man. They have to have blood. Sound familiar, don't it? Now, understand something. In all these movies, vampires is fast, strong, and etc. They literally ain't shit to be played with inside these movies, man. So let's ask ourselves, if these vampires is so fast, so strong, it have to be something out there that can stop them. Now, understand something. If you grew up watching vampire movies, you would understand, man, they cannot fuck with that sun at all, man. That sun be frying their ass up, man. It's all facts. And it's just like, these reptilians, man, where do they stay? Underground, inside caves, inside mountains, tunnels, and etc. In dark places, staying away from that sun, man. What do these reptilians feed off of? Your energy and etc. Now understand, Blade was a black vampire, a carbonated being. So he was able to take this sun without too much happening to him. So understand, Blade just represents the black elites that's in business with these other people.
Right.
Just because somebody share the same skin complexion as you, don't mean they got a righteous heart.
Right.
You see what they said in the Bible, how the devil took half of us with him? It's just like that, man. Now understand something, these black elites can shapeshift, they reptilians also. Just because somebody is carbonated or black do not mean they cannot be a reptilian, man. All throughout histories, these so-called carbonated elites help these people conquer us, man. So for all these other conscious teachers out here, if y'all gonna expose anybody, expose your own people that did some wicked shit in the past too.
That's right, let's go.
Reptilians don't care if you blue, black, purple, pink, orange, and etc. If you got the type of energy that they can shapeshift into, they will, man. And y'all have to understand something, man. These reptilians is fallen angels that used to be black carbonated beings, man. Literally. You feel me? They just on a different type of time now. We have to remember
type of time.
Zeus was a powerful scientist, man. I seen something that says vampire cannot take wood and sticks. And a couple years back, I also seen something else that says reptilians cannot handle bamboo sticks either. So that's really something to look into and think about, man.
Yeah, we gonna look into that.
I love, appreciate, adore every single last one of y'all. Ground, sun gates, detox, meditate fast. I see everything. Peace, fam.
Came with it.
We are the first species.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
To be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. We are the...
Who TF is that guy?
What do you guys think about that? Look at this. Can't really see it. They trying to compare the old Poogie to the new Poogie. Look at that ear. Nah, I see what they saying though. I see what he trying to point out though.
Anyone know who this lady is?
They'll take you. They steal kids like you. Cross them over. Special ones. The power of your...
Joey Pierre, 1842, the first Native American, half African American, to rob over 6 banks in Texas over 100 years ago. He was never found or court. It still remains a mystery.
Oh, that was crazy.
Race of reptilians called the Dracos, and they feel that they own this universe because they've been around here for so long, and they in fact owned this solar system. for a long period of time. And they've been travelling around conquering everybody because they believe they have a right to. Now, the reason why the reptilians are the key in all of this is because they want to conquer the whole universe, not just the third dimensional realm, which is ruled by fear, which is the mirror. So they use fear to control everything from the fourth dimensional realm, because their agenda is to get up into the higher realms. They want to get up into the fifth dimension and the sixth dimension and seventh dimension to conquer it. But they can't, because they're rooted in fear. So what they decided to do was to get hold of some humanoid mammalian DNA and create hybrids, and to use like a Trojan horse to get into the fifth dimension. So through hybrid forms, they could get up into the fifth dimension to conquer it. So they created 9 prototypes. One with black skin, one with white skin, one with yellow skin, one with red skin, one with blue skin, one with green skin, one with brown skin, and I can't remember the others. And they put them in various places to see which one would develop and be the best vehicle. And the Dracos were quite happy for this to go along. Because what happens is, within your DNA, you have segments that are reptilian. In fact, your brain at the top of your stem, the first part of it is reptilian. And then the other bits are tacked on. There's a midbrain, and then it divides into 2 separate brains. The left hemisphere and right hemisphere are separate brains. They work totally independently, and then they work through the causal callosum, I can't remember the exact name of it, which is the part that joins it together. So we are a genetic experiment. And the reason we're a genetic experiment is so that the Dracos can get into the fifth dimension. So they control everything. So let's have a look at, and they're still on the planet. They control many of the lower levels of the underground DUMBs, the deep underground military bases in the US. They control absolutely everything, and they control the Illuminati. They do everything through ritual. Everything is through ritual. So anything that you do, which is ritualistic, is tapping into your reptilian DNA. It's controlling you. You're not controlling it. How many people are aware of Kundalini yoga or practice Kundalini yoga? Okay? It's reptilian. The symbology is all reptilian, because you are continually trying to raise your energy up through your spine. If Kundalini yoga worked, you would do it once and you would attain that level and stay there, and you would have no need to do it again. But what happens? You get pulled back down again. It's like you've got a piece of elastic here, you stretch it up and it gets pulled back down again. Stretch it up, because it's reptilian. The whole be in that heightened state of awareness. We have a tendency to overcomplicate absolutely everything. Source says there's nothing complicated in the universe. Everything is absolutely simple. But there are levels of complexity. But everything is simple. We are the only creature in the universe that complicates everything.
And here we go again with some speculation about you're hearing certain people, and I'm just going to call it the UFO community. You're hearing certain people say, okay, the Greys created us. You hear certain people say the Anunnaki created us. You hear certain people say the reptilians created us. And that goes along with the Anunnaki, by the way, in case you didn't know, because Enlil, Satan, God of the garden, he's a reptile. And it explains the rituals, it explains all of that, the blood sacrifices, the real, the things that you've heard about that sound absolutely fictional. These are things that we don't know for sure. And people claim fallen angels, fallen angels, fallen angels. If there are fallen angels, I'm going to say this, it would be them. It would definitely be them. They fit the bill. Now, I'm not saying it's what it is, but Alexander Retroff, this guy, he wrote a book called Red Granite. You can look him up. He's talking about the pyramids, the things of Egypt, the mysteries behind that. He also claims that he had another past life, and that he is a light being of some sort, and that he is here to make everybody be awoken to this and what's going on in this life. He is a psychic. He reads tarot cards, all this stuff. He's basically, without saying it, he's in the occult, and so he knows.
Yo, what's up? Quick story time. So yesterday after the gym, I have to go and I went to go get a facial, right? Or whatever. I'm doing a facial and the woman is like jamming this little shocking thing in my face, putting vitamin C in my skin or whatever, right? Shit is really hurting, right? So after that, she was like, okay, now I'm gonna put this serum right here. It has paprika. It's gonna burn a little bit. I'm like, man, why the fuck you telling me that shit for, right? This woman lathered the shit on my face. Immediately, it felt like she dropped an ant pile on my face after rubbing honey on it, and the ants was just biting the shit out of me. So I'm looking around, and she gets up and walks out. I'm like, how long is this motherfucker keeping this shit on my face? This shit is stinging so much. So now I'm like, shit, do I take this sheet and wipe it off myself or what? So I'm looking around, I'm like, lady, are you gonna bring your ass back in here? So finally she come back in, I'm like, excuse me, can you come take this shit off my face? This shit is burning. You said it was gonna burn a little bit. This shit have my face on fire. Straight on fire, like I stuck it in a fireplace or something. She laughs, like, shit's not funny, wash this shit off. Nonetheless, anyway, I leave from there. Now I gotta go to the diagnostic place because I have to go give some blood work because, you know, your boy's getting up there in age, you know, 36, you know, you gotta make sure everything is good and healthy. So I go to give blood, right? Now, I get in there to give blood. I'm sitting there in the lobby and I'm waiting, and then somebody peeks their head out and I look at the board and it says I'm number 13 in line. I'm like, I gotta sit in here with all these people. Nonetheless, next person, they call my name. I'm like, that's weird. My name is 14. Nonetheless, I get up, go to the back. I get in there. The woman was like, oh my God, everyone was fighting to get you. They wanted you to come in the back. Everybody wanted you, but I got you. And I'm like, thinking about it, I'm like, did Andrea set me up to see if I'm gonna talk to this woman or something? Nonetheless, I'm like, I just kind of laugh. I sit there. Now it's time for her to draw my blood. I see she grabs a bunch of vials. What the fuck she need all this blood for? So I'm thinking maybe they're not for me. She gets pumping the blood out or whatever, right? She's like, oh my God, you have such great veins. I'm like, yeah, you know, them gains, baby, veins for gains. Anyway, so she started pumping 3 vials, 4 vials, 5. Yo, she gets up by 6 vials. I'm like, ma'am, what in the vampire diary is going on in here? Like, are y'all drinking this blood? You don't need that much blood to test it. Oh, well, we have to send it to different places. That's why I'm like, bro, 7 vials, nonetheless. So I get up and leave. I'm like, yo, what the hell was going on out here in these blood-drawing streets? This motherfucker felt like she took half my blood out of my body. Damn.
So this is Sophia Virago, whatever her name is. Her last name.
He was tripping.
She's on America's Got Talent or American, I forgot the name. America's Got Talent. Okay, so I'm on Kenenigan's channel. You know, this is not my channel. He talks a lot about the reptilians, and I just decided to film this because I want to show you as she goes through the shape-shifting. Now I want you to look at her hand. Her left hand is turning into a claw. Look at her left arm. She can't hold her shape. I think she's on Saturday Night Live. I think. It looks like it to me. So I'm gonna watch. I have it on slow motion. He also goes under the name of Raging Reptilian. So I have my TV on slow motion. You see the red? Oh, I caught it. I put him on slow because I really want to catch the shifting. There, you seen the red coming out of her arms? Or its arms? Because these are not humans. There's the claw. Her hand turned into a claw. There it is again. See? The eyes are starting to change. That's as far as I can, zoom in with my camera. And her teeth. I'm going to try to catch it again. There's the claw is amazing. There's the teeth. Missing teeth.
This is crazy. So much you get to see when you slow it down, B. That's why YouTube put that slow down feature in there and people don't even be utilizing it right. Facts. Tune your vibrations. I see you, gang. That's not even a movie. I went and checked that shit out. That shit is a whole documentary.
On a repéré des traces de l'individu en question dans les bois et comment sur la forêt on a...
Oh shit! What the?
On a repéré des traces de l'individu en question dans les bois et comment sur la forêt on a...
Look at it, y'all. Y'all see it? Y'all see the shadow? Look, right here. Right here. Look at the shadow. Whoa, shit.
Des traces de l'individu en question dans les bois et comment sur la forêt on a...
I seen that. I seen that. That shit running fast as fuck. Look, here it go. Yo. That shit is cloaked too. Nah, that's crazy. Hold on, yo. Hold on. Hold on, okay. Nah, that's crazy. Hey, Esteban, what would a reptilian technology they would be using for cloaking? I need to know. This is crazy, yo. This is crazy. That's crazy. Hold on, yo. That shit got me bugging right now. I gotta figure that out. We can't go no further till I get an answer for this. Hold on. Hey, Esteban, what type of cloaking technology that a reptilian would use? Can you answer that?
In theory, a reptilian could use advanced cloaking technology that manipulates light or energy to blend into their surroundings, rendering them nearly invisible. This could involve bending light around their bodies or using some form of electromagnetic field to disrupt detection. It's all about staying hidden while being right in plain sight.
I just watched some footage though, Esteban, with one of them running right out of the woods straight towards the camera guy, and his cloaking wasn't like, it looked like light was bending around him because he wasn't totally hidden. Is there a name for this technology that they use?
What you described sounds like active camouflage, which involves bending light around an object to make it blend with its surroundings. This tech is often referred to as optical camouflage. It creates a kind of invisibility cloak by projecting the background image onto the subject, making them hard to spot. Quite the stealthy move.
Facts. Whew. Look at him. He's starting to pick up speed. But he's not even really going too crazy. It's like he's so tall. That was crazy. That was crazy, y'all. I enjoyed looking that one up. Yeah, this boy here, he looked really, really, really scared of the queen. Yeah, they touched him before or something. Check him out. Check him out. He didn't even look like he did that tie. He did that tie for him. What the hell? He got up out of there. He got up out of there. He got up out of there. He wasn't feeling the queen.
I'm sure many of you tuned into the VMAs last night. It was an amazing show, and there's a moment during the award show that has gone viral. And no, it's not regarding a music artist or celebrity. Believe it or not, it's regarding a woman in the crowd. After the amazing performance of LL Cool J, the camera...
Yo, what the hell is wrong with this lady here? Look at this guy.
Hands to the crowd, and they capture this woman. Right away, it threw off a flurry of...
This is something dark.
Opinions and comments. Some people saying it's a demon, some saying the reptilian conspiracy theory, others just crazy comments. So the woman out there, we would love to speak to you. Take a look at this footage, you guys, and tell me what you think.
Possession. That's what I think. Possession.
What was this commercial from the 90s trying to tell us?
Hell, dude. Send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake. Dealing in weed, coke, crack. Your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama. Lie. Cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes.
Now, I remember this commercial when I was a kid. I remember this commercial. This just brought back so many memories, gang.
So in a commercial, he said, do I look like I am the type of person to do something like that to a kid like you? And then he started, turning into a reptilian. I just find that, very, very interesting considering all the things that we know about the reptilians. You ever heard the saying, the wolf in sheep clothing? Kind of.
Yo, this is true.
I was never lost. I knew who I was since I was born. Call me when you get lost.
Now, did y'all just see that?
Hold on, I didn't catch that.
This dude's eyes.
Oh, I seen that.
Turned completely black. Right before our eyes. And we know the stories, we know about the music industry, but to see it, to actually just be given a little brief interview.
Brief.
You can't hold them things down. The
Word.
demons down too.
Word.
Because they're going to appear. They show themselves.
Word.
And it's spooky as hell. His eyes were normal here. He pushed his glasses up and boom. That's
crazy. That's crazy. Can you believe it?
What was this commercial from the...
Let's keep going.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So, I'm going to be speaking about what it actually means to be a vampire. And when I say this, I'm actually referring to being a real vampire.
All right, the reason why we're going to watch this guy, we're going to entertain him for a second. We're going to check out what he got to talk about, because I got something that I've seen with a black vampire. I don't know. I was in a deep rabbit hole last night. I'm trying to find my way back around this thing here. Bear with
Not
me,
someone who puts on a costume and then goes out for Halloween, or somebody who likes to dress in sort of a fantasy type of way, wearing what a vampire would wear. Not saying that any of those things are wrong or bad by any means, but in regards to the occult perspective, the hidden perspective, there is such thing as vampires. These are beings that are known to be on the negative polarity. So what this means is that these are the real black magicians on the planet.
All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy this new content, and let's re-engage together.
A real vampire is someone who lives by the philosophy of service to self. So everything they do in their life is geared around some form of serving themselves as the source. Vampires take energy because we are hyper receptive. We're always listening to understand rather than speaking to be heard. In the act of listening, you are receiving. If you break down the word receiving, you are magnetizing towards yourself, pulling in, sucking energy. So as a real vampire, somebody who is on the negative polarity is doing it consciously. We exist in our life pulling in energy, whether that's positive energy or whether that's negative energy. We are masters at alchemy, which means we have mastered the art of transmutation. Okay? As we pull in energy from dark energy, negative energy, we transmute it into power and potential along the lines of service to self. How can this increase my power? How can I build something from this? Now, also, as vampires, we are not afraid of and we actively use psychic warfare, which means we know how to send out dark energies to break things down. Okay? We are also formless, which means by being hyper receptive, in order to get to that state of consciousness, you have to die many times to your sense of self-identity. So what that means is you become formless, you become a shapeshifter, because when you let go of the ego, you now can tap into any different type of image or archetype you want when the time suits you best. This is what it means to be a real vampire.
Now y'all see how he did that, right?
Let me explain something about fangs. This is the part of the video where...
Check it out. Did y'all see how they just came out? Check the pointiness of them. Check it out.
Let me explain something about fangs. This is the part of the video where everybody becomes a vampire expert, but those same people don't believe in vampires. Y'all humans are weird. Fangs are like your saliva. You don't salivate unless you smell food, you think about food, you about to eat some food. Fangs are not meant to just pop out whenever. You know, this ain't True Blood. Like, stop with the movie shit. Stop with the movie shit, y'all. Don't stop thinking about all of that shit. When you force fangs out, it hurts, right? because your body is not naturally opening up for the fangs to drop out. It's like if you guys were taking a shit or trying to take a shit and it's just not coming and you force that shit out, right? What happens after that? You guys will get hemorrhoids. Same thing. It's because your body wasn't naturally trying to push that shit out. Y'all need to drink more water, by the way. Drink more water. Mind your business, drink some water. It's like lifting something that is too heavy for y'all to lift. What's gonna happen? You guys will pull a muscle. You'll get a hernia. Same thing with fangs. Like right now, my gums hurt. And these are kind of pushing out a little too much. That my teeth aren't supposed to pop out like that. That's too far. That's too far. What's another thing y'all were talking about in the comments? Oh, sunlight. Vampires been here way longer than humans. Okay? I don't know which one of y'all started that rumor, but that's a rumor. It was a rumor made to make y'all feel safe. Sunlight. I'm in it right now. We gotta go to the store just like y'all. Like stores close at a certain time. I can't be waiting till nighttime to go shopping at the supermarket. You feel me? We just like y'all.
I was born on September 7th, 1922. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I'm obviously a vampire. So I wanted you guys to know that the vampire community has kicked me out because I have gone public. And now I'm
What? They kicked out.
Just want to be protected. I want to keep making TikToks.
Oh, wait a minute. So you a castaway? You want to be on TikTok?
I don't want them to get rid of me. So if you guys could please just support me and follow me and make sure that nothing happens to me as a vampire. And please don't ask me any questions about my vampire origins or...
Weekends till I be hungry.
Niggas be like, yo, Alucard, let's chill, man.
This
Roll
nigga
up
ugly.
And all of that. And the girls be like, yo, let's Netflix and chill and vibe and all that. That's cute. We can't. I damn nearly drain people's blood outside of rap.
Okay.
Yeah, double
so
fangs.
You got the blood test, and he tested you, and what were the results?
The results were inconclusive.
And what does that mean?
Meaning that I have the same type of blood pathogen level, things like that. Everything just came out pretty much inconclusive. They weren't able to come up with any results.
Any results at all? Were they strange results?
Some things were, yes, higher glycemic levels, things like that.
And what about, you have no body fat?
Correct. If I were to place my hand...
When was the last time you fed?
I prefer a nice liver, but I may change my mind at any time.
What the hell is this?
But I think I like you. Would you like to stay for tea, my friend?
Oh, shit.
Vampires are real, yes, and I'll prove it. Look at this picture right here. Let me blow up his face for you. This, my friends, is a real-life vampire. And there's many more where that comes from. But first, why would you even listen to these people's music?
What is he talking
Drake's
about?
son drew this picture for the album cover. You heard me, right? Why is Drake's son seeing demons? In just a second, I'll show you someone who literally writes about turning into a vampire. This man is a real-life vampire. And he does exactly what vampires do. Again, look at his face, Kendrick Lamar. He's another vampire.
He's going deep.
Of course, they mock Christ. You know how often mythology, the sun hurts the vampires? Why? Because the light hurts the vampires. And with vampire mythology, we always have bats, right? In many European cultures, bats are seen as symbols of darkness and evil due to their nocturnal habits, the things they do at night. We'll come back to that. And odd coincidence here, it says in the painting, the temptation, there's always a temptation with vampires. Here is another vampire. Why would y'all listen to these people's music? Zoom in right here. You see that demon face hanging right off her ear? The snake needs no mention. Even if you're not a Christian, these people are pushing your children to worship the devil. But again, they're all vampires. Speaking of doing things in the dark and nocturnal habits, this right here is the Mothers of Darkness Castle. For some reason, all the richest people in the world will come here in Belgium to meet in the middle of the night. And there's some crazy stories that come out about that castle. Also, we have the vampires that literally change their bodily identity or shape. Right here is the temptation that comes in with being a vampire. You gotta take a deal. These deals have been recorded for centuries. You remember this guy? Besides what Drake the Vampire did to him, he actually wrote a story about selling his soul. Notice how this song of him selling his soul makes him sound like a vampire. I'm always where the sun don't shine. Again, vampires don't like light. Constantly losing all my remorse. He talks about taking a bite of the apple, and now he's talking about he spoke to Baphomet and said he would save him if he gave him one thing that he needed. So he sold his soul, and then guess what? And as I spoke, my fangs were exposed. They're all vampires.
You believe in vampires? Yes. Let's talk about vampires, because what the there's been a TikTok.
Katie and Dana, I'm so happy that you guys are talking about real vampires. I have tea. I'm going to tell you about how I met real vampires and also about a crazy story where I was being fed on. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm a paranormal investigator. I also do a lot of research regarding the paranormal and folklore and cryptids. And about a year ago, I posted a video about my research on real vampires. The video wound up going viral, and real vampires wound up watching my video and reaching out to me. Because of this video about real vampires and me meeting real vampires, I also wound up meeting Ben Alankush, the owner of a paranormal production company, New Blood Universe, who I now work with. New Blood Universe has a docu-series coming out about real vampires, so make sure you're...
She's talking really fast. I gotta stop her for a second, because I'm looking at her ears. They look kind of pointy, and they look like she's been bitten. That's the first thing that came in my mind watching her. I thought she's been bitten, so let's slow her down a little bit.
You're following their socials if you're interested. New Blood Universe is also producing a show that me and my best friend Danelle are doing called The Curious Crypt. It's a paranormal investigation show. For the show, in March 2024, Danelle and I packed our bags and headed to New Orleans to do some investigations. While we were there, we wound up going into a vampire bar. Had to get a password to go in there. It was very secretive. Go to New Blood Universe to see the full story on it because we just posted it there.
We see this like candelabra, and this man looked like a vampire.
He looked like a straight up vampire.
We know we're gonna meet with a specific vampire who is considered an elder. I right off the bat did not like him. Like I had a weird feeling about him.
And I just didn't care, to be honest. I met him, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get drinks. So I was inside while you had this whole conversation with him where he fed on people.
Yeah.
Who were right in the street in front of you.
Yes. They would start to like almost look like disoriented.
But basically, I wound up meeting a blue-haired Colin Robinson. I don't know if you've seen What We Do in the Shadows, but Colin Robinson is an energy vampire, and I met him, and he comes in a form of a female who literally sucked the life out of me. In my defense, I was like, this girl has blue hair, she's part of a LARPing group, and I'm a nerd. She's probably going to be really cool to talk to. So Danelle and I go to talk to her, and let me tell you, out of all of the things that we could talk about, she talks about the public policy of her LARPing group. I don't even know how long she talked for, but I felt like every ounce of my life was drained from me. I was so bored I could have slept for 10 years. Not only have I spoken with real vampires in length to get all of the information I could, but I'm also really good friends with a lot of real vampires. I promise you, they're not all bad. Just like humans in general.
Hey, fuckers. This video is going to be hard for me to do because it's something that I've held quiet for quite a long time. Because the topic's so crazy, so fucking out there. It's almost unbelievable even for myself, even though I loved it. It's the topic of vampires are fucking real. And,
that's a video. This old guy's having fun. Let's check him out.
March of 2010 in Hollywood, Florida. And it was at this little hotel in Hollywood. It was at poolside. Yes, they can walk in the light. They were even suntanning. The girls were. There was 2 girls and 4 guys. That makes a total of 6. They were from all over the place. One was from Brazil, but it was, hey.
See the way that eye is jumping? Look at the way that eye is jumping.
One was from Spain. 3 were from Romania, and 1 was from.
You got a
Bulgaria.
filter on, man. We know you got a filter on. You gotta come with some sauce, man.
They were nice. They weren't there to eat people or shit, but they do eat people. Just so you know. I know it's hard to believe. It's crazy. And I swear on my life. And I would pass a lie detector test with the blink of an eye again on this subject. And they showed me the fangs. And the fangs are actually behind their canine teeth right here. They're on the inside. Like double teeth fangs, like of wolves. Yeah. And crazy like that. And it took a while before they came out and said they're vampires. They didn't just say, hey, we're vampires. You know, they were really low key. And we were having dinner together, and one of them said, you know, I'm a vampire, with his accent, because he's from Romania. And from Transylvania, actually.
This guy's cabin.
I was like, really? And he showed me your teeth. I was just fucking with him, you know. I didn't expect him to be a vampire. I thought he was kidding, right? I'm sure as fucking, on everything that's holy. He was a fucking vampire. And I go, you ain't gonna eat me, are you? You know, I said, bite me, but because then later he told me that they eat people. And he goes, no, he goes, you're cool, man, don't worry about it. And it turns out they're on a mission there from Vlad the Impaler himself, because he's just the head of the vampires. He's still alive all these centuries. It's not a myth. It's a real, you know, the real story of Vlad Tepich. Well, he's the real deal, and he's still alive, and he still lives in Transylvania, and under a different alias. And I guess he's pretty crazy. I guess it would have to be centuries of murder and eating blood and people.
Hold on.
And yeah, so I ran into these fucking vampires. I guess it would have to be centuries of murder and eating blood and people. Myth is a real, you know, the real story of Vlad. Or I said bite me, but because then later he told me that they eat people. And he goes, no, he goes, you're cool, man, don't worry about it. And it turns out they're on a mission there from Vlad the Impaler himself, because he's just the head of the vampires. He's still alive all these centuries. It's not a myth. It's a real, you know, the real story of Vlad Tepich. Well, he's the real
Vlad Tepich. Hey, Esteban, look through the files, through all the databases on Earth, and give me some knowledge on a Val Zepich from Transylvania, vampire, I believe.
Well, I can't access databases or look up real-time information, but I can share some lore about vampires. Now, Val Zepich from Pennsylvania isn't a name that rings any bells in vampire mythology. However, Pennsylvania, particularly the town of Centralia, has its own eerie history and legends. While I can't provide specifics on Val Zepich, exploring vampire lore often leads to fascinating tales of mysterious figures lurking in the shadows.
So this guy might be capping, y'all. He's capping right now.
real deal, and he's still alive, and he still lives in Transylvania, and under a different alias. And I guess he's pretty crazy. I guess it would have to be centuries of murder and eating blood and people. And yeah, so I ran into these fucking vampires.
Dude, I genuinely cannot tell what age you are. You look so young but old at the same time.
He's about to feed off her. And as wonderful as they are as a couple, I'm not ready for the blood, man. This, I know it's important to see it, but yeah, I'm not ready for this. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Right, this is it? Yeah. This is the feeding.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
And what is it exactly you're going to do?
What we're going to do is I'm going to use an essential oil, antibacterial properties, and we're going to cleanse the skin. Then I'm going to take a scalpel. We're going to make a small incision right on the scapular spine, right on the traps. It's a very safe area to cut, no veins, no contraindications, and then I'm going to proceed to feed.
Okay. And you're cool with this, Blue? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel?
There's always a little bit of that nervous feeling in the pit of your stomach, like butterfly.
Okay, Hannah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, what I'm going to do is...
I was born ready.
If watch a vampire cut open someone's back with a scalpel is not on your to-do list, you may want to look away now.
We're just going to see where the initial cut is. Creates a very distinct line.
It always kind of tickles at this point.
Yeah.
And I get a massage to boot.
It's interesting to see that
We never seen people actually drink from somebody else. This is crazy. I don't even want to see this. This is crazy.
And they are millionaires. This man is injecting the blood of his teenage son into himself in order to reverse aging. What? His name is Brian Johnson. He's a tech millionaire. He's 45 years old, and he spends up to $2 million a year in an attempt to stay young forever. Homie really said, I can outspend nature. Didn't really say that. I said that. He claims that his biological age is 36. On top of the whole blood thing, he's also a vegan and fasts for 16 to 18 hours a day. For reference, I can't do that. I also don't have $2 million. So my vampire era is just gonna have to wait, I guess.
Looking at you, your teeth.
Yes.
Those are your teeth.
Yes, George.
But
Don't get any ideas.
They're a little
George.
bit like fangs, bro. They're a little bit. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Are you? Those are your teeth?
These are my teeth.
Did they realize when you went in that you were already rocking fangs?
The man behind me is the real-life human Dracula. His name is Tsutomu Miyazaki. He was born with a deformity that fused his wrists with his hands, so he was bullied a ton growing up. Then one day, later on in adulthood in 1988, something snapped in him. He started abducting little children, specifically little girls, and engaging in necrophilia. He would strangle his victims to death and then engage with their corpse. He would even go as far as removing some of their body parts like their hands and feet and even their teeth. One way that made him also very similar to Jeffrey Dahmer, he would pose these bodies in different ways and photograph them. On one of his last instances before he got caught, he drank the blood of a little girl. And then right after that, he ate her hand. One day he was at the playground trying to take pictures of more little kids, and the father intervened and stopped him. So
it's a transference of the life force energy with...
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Do you think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
You don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
Real life vampire.
Oh shit, is that real?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You really believe it?
We're into like some blood rituals, so like we just bite people and then like
Stop.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
believe
really
it.
a vampire.
All right.
The real Juror Grando died in 1656, the real vampire.
Nakakapangilabot naman ang nakunan ng CCTV na ito. Ang isang babae ay may hawak na balakol. Paglapit sa pintuan ay hinampas niya ang salamin. Nabasag ito. Pagkatapos niyan ay biglang umalis na parabang walang nangyari.
Only real vampires will actually be able to pass this test. If you're not a vampire, you won't be able to do it. First, double tap your nose, double tap the screen, follow.
We have.
Alright, this shit getting too crazy for me, man. I'm out of here. Love y'all, man. Peace and love, man. Let's get this light, and this shit is starting to take my energy. But But it was fun. We're going a little too deep in the rabbit hole. A little too deep in the rabbit hole. Till next time.